Alright, there we go. You want. Okay, so I'm kinda late. Hello. Well, for the mouse did not change. What's wrong with this sheet? I put the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. We're back. Hello. Hello, everybody. What's up? Why do I keep pressing the wrong buttons? What's wrong with me? I'm weird. Anyways. So we're gonna go crane now. Have you ever LARP? I'm LARPing right now. I'm LARPing as a strange person. Oh, wait, I'm LARPing as a normal person actually. I'm actually LARPing as a cabbage because I'm not a real one. What? Actually, there's a lot of things that are wrong with me anyways. So, it's been a while. I don't know what I've been doing for the last few days, but here I am. So yeah. I was supposed to play games, but I got bored of that shit because I've been playing with that for like about 5 hours now, trying to catch up with season 1 because I came back. Right? So I came back with like Zenla Zone 0 supposedly. I told you I'm not gonna stick to that schedule once again. I always do that. I make a schedule and then I forget about it that it exists. I would post it and then I would just like, you know, sleep and forget that what I was gonna do, and I just start playing what I wanted to play anyways, or do whatever the hell I wanted to do. So hello Red App channel, hello TikTok, hello everybody, what's up? Okay, so we're gonna do a bit of a session here, a bit of a stupid thing. Shut up, Wicker. A bit of a stupid thing. I don't know, things are weird. I'm weird. I barely slept and I don't know what the hell am I doing. I had 3 monster energy and today I'm just gonna ran. I'm gonna run my mouth and do whatever the hell I want. Either way, hi. If you don't know, my name is Hakusai Keito, aka CabVT. I am your mutated cabbage and I don't know what the hell am I doing half the time. Bro, the Switch chat's crazy. You're really that obsessed, huh? Shouldn't you also be streaming? Either way, welcome everybody. I'm back. I'm back. I don't even sleep at this point. Okay, so we're going to watch a new session. We're going to like do another session. A new session. Actually. Right. Okay, let me fix some hiccups here and there. What the hell is going on? I'm just gonna fix up some hiccups here and there. That's why I always put on like... There we go. Go to hell, TikTok. Every single time I do this, just always tells me to do that. Hey, thank you for the follows. Honestly, what the hell is wrong with you for doing that? Okay. Every time I stream, I just have some hiccups here and there because I don't know. I don't even know anymore. So, hello TikTok. There we go. Then finally see TikTok chats. Anyways. Okay. So, we're gonna start off with a really stupid idea that I made like 3 minutes ago. So, you know, if you're familiar, we have what we call a TED Talk. Technology, Entertainment, and Design. Right? So, we're gonna start off with a session. We're gonna have like a 1 hour of yapperoo. Just all yaps in all directions. Mostly nonsensical, right? Because that's what I am. I'm full of shit. Either way, so we're gonna start with that, right? So we're gonna start a new thing. I didn't bother to do anything about it. It's called Cab Talks, right? Now you might be wondering. Yeah, you might be wondering, what the hell does Cab Talks mean, right? If you're new here, this is new. If you're new here, this is also really new. because I have no idea what the hell am I doing with my life. And honestly, everybody doesn't. Nobody in my world, because I'm a loser. I don't go out of the house. I don't even leave the house. I just stay here and do absolutely nothing. I barely even wear clothes at this point. I'm always at home. So, okay, back to the topic at hand. Chat, there's something that we call cab talks, right? What the hell is a cab talk, right? Who the hell designed that kind of bullcrap? Me, of course, me. So, ano ba yung cab talk na pinagsasabi ko, diba? Siyempre, puro katarantaduhan na naman yung alam ko eh. Anyways, here's what cab talks mean. Yeah? Konversasyon ng asosasyon ng buang at bida-bida. Siyempre, ako yung bida-bida. Ako lang naman nakipag-uso sa sarili ko eh. In English, conversation of the association of the stupid and the fucking nonsensical and bullshit, I guess. Yes. So that's what that means, right? Since we're doing this, in all reality, it's crazy. So, we're gonna talk about different topics and opinions. Since this is my own TM, feel free to use it. I'm Cab, everybody. If you don't know, obviously it's in my name. My name is Cab. Well, technically, my name is K. But, yeah. So that's what we're doing now. Right? Right? Okay. So, syempre, ako lang naman yung bida-bida dito. Ako lang magsasalita. Bahala kayo dyan. Okay. So, bahala kayo dyan. Okay? So, magmamarites tayo. Right? Okay. Already established, right? So, we already established that crap. Nice? Good. Now, we're gonna start. So, there's this been ongoing Twitter thing, drama that I've seen. It has over 5 million views, right? Chat. I'm pretty sure you've seen it around if you're on the internet or like you're actually being on the internet. For real, for real. Because like if you're not on the internet, what the hell are you doing? Do you not have Wi-Fi? Right? So, here's the thing. We all know that the VTuber like sphere is all the same. It's all like, you know, it's a small sphere but also really big at the same time. And there's a lot of experiences that are absolutely cringe or absolutely like weird in general, right? So, we're gonna talk about that certain topic. I'm sure you've seen a lot of videos of that, right? So a lot of videos all around, it's like the same topic. It was posted around June 9th. Like June 9th of 2026. It's like a few days ago. I'm already late to this topic actually. A lot of content creators already made videos and streams about it, but I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm gonna give out my own opinions and my own experiences. That's why it's a cab talk, right? It's my talk. Ako yung bida. Syempre kwento ko to, ako yung bida eh. Hello. So, we're gonna start off with this. So, like, what are, like, you know, in terms of like collabs, what are the most, like, you know, the topic in terms of collabs, right? What are your like worst experiences or like bad experiences? Oh my god, wow, thank you for that. Okay. I guess. What are the bad experiences that you have? I have a lot of several experiences in terms of collabs. Like I said before, I barely do collabs these days due to like my own insecurity. But I am really open to playing games with people or meeting new people. Back then, I actually had like a bigger fan base. This is not my first rodeo, right? This is not my first rodeo into this VTuber thing. But you know, this is not my first experiences and stuff like this. But this is the first time that I like taken it a little bit more seriously. Right? We have that kind of like opinions here and there. So, back in, let's say, about 4 or 5 years ago, I'm not even sure. Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago when I started streaming as a VTuber with my Vroid model, obviously. Great. As a VTuber, I had weird coincidences, okay? I had a lot of like weird like conversations with a lot of people. Okay, so there's one instance. Okay, there's one instance of I collab with bigger content creators than me at the time. Well, I had a decent following, but like not as like, you know, yeah, I wouldn't say not as successful as my current Sona right now, which I took in really, really seriously. So back then, I think I already shared this on my X, aka my Twitter, whatever. Cause yeah. So back then, I had a friend of a friend that invited me to a collab, right? So during that collab, right? Forgot what I was trying to say. So during that collab, they invited us into a 5v5 for a Valorant. It's not really anything too crazy, there were no stakes at all. It was basically more or less for fun. The organizer himself even said that it was just morally for like fun, for like, you know, the whimsy and stuff. But there are a lot of like higher level like players on our team, on the other people's team. So to even out the playing field, he joined our team. And our team badly just wanted to have fun because we don't really play this game. This was around, I'd say 2022. So like Valorant was released in 2020, right? Beta test is like in 2019, I guess. But like Valorant was released in 2020, like during the pandemic era. And this is Valorant's like around like second year of like, you know, popularity. So at the time, we were playing, all of us, most of us actually, were playing really awfully. Obviously, most of like the members of the other team are either already been playing this game for like a long time or already in high elo, while we haven't even touched this game once, right? Okay, let's establish that. While we were playing, the organizer that was in our team started berating us and yelling at us for doing bad at the game that we don't even play. So imagine how awkward that whole live is. And this was supposed to go for 5 hours. 5 hours. So if you think about it, that is unfortunate, right? Because like I had to deal with this guy for 5 hours straight while he's yelling at us for like not aiming well, not picking corners, or like as he said at the time, not like, you know, being him carry the game, right? All the time. And to me that was like annoying and deliberately trying to like embarrass, because at the time I think I was the only one. Like, I think I was the only one who called them out on the behavior. Not really, more of like, so during the game, we were laughing, the rest of us, the 4 people that were like, not really players, but the 4 of us were like playing, we were laughing, we were having fun, right? And thus, I asked them, right? I asked him, are you okay? Are you alright? Oh, thank you. So, you know, are you okay? Are you alright? So, then, like, you know, I was just checking out, trying to be a good friend, right? I mean, I don't really know this guy that much, but like, I was concerned because he was being really extra quiet. So, like, you know, I was just trying. Hey, thank you for the follows. I was just trying to be really, really, you know, just trying to be friendly and stuff like that, because it is a collab after all, right? And so, as it happens, after I asked him for the 4th time, about the like, you know, asking like, you know, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you fine? Are you doing good? Are you still, you know, are you still okay? He yelled at me, yelled at every single one of us, and like nitpicking every single one of like our mistakes, right? It's crazy. Like, he kept on nitpicking whatever the hell we do, right? Bro just kept nitpicking and wouldn't do much about it. So yeah, it was really, really weird. So we just kept like, yes. So yeah, we tried to like keep playing, but obviously it wasn't really doing well anymore. And like, we weren't really having that much fun. We had to keep that up, the energy, try to like lighten the mood. Mostly me, because I'm a people pleaser. I'm a people pleaser type shit. So I tried to like be accommodating as much as I can, but 5 hours of that crap was like absolutely annoying. Not just to me, but to everybody else. Because bro was like sweating it out, trying to like, trying to like make this work, but like in reality, he invited us because we wanted to have fun. He organized all of this, knowing damn well that we are noobs at the game. So he should be expecting that we won't be doing good, right? I don't know. I really don't know. This like what's up? Cause like at the end of that collab, we didn't even like at the end of that collab, we didn't even say any remarks or anything like that. Like, usually when you end a collab, you so go bye bye, thank you for having me. Straight out after that like quote unquote collab, I just left. I didn't even want to bother. I even left the server. I left everything, unfriended them all in socials and stuff like that, because like I don't want to deal with that kind of stupid. Trust me, nobody wants to deal with it. I just did. Screw that. Bye bye. Yes, this is a bathroom. I just immediately left. I really did not want to deal with that. Trust me. Cause yeah, at the end of the day, like, I don't want to deal with that. So I have a lot of really bad collabs as well. Especially when I wanted to network with a lot of people. Cause if you're an indie and you're alone, basically you're your own manager, your own thing. Do you play Payday? I used to. Depends. I don't really like playing a lot of shooter games, but I do want to play some stuff. You guys want to recommend me some games? Honestly, I'm down to do it. But like, I wouldn't guarantee that I would be able to play it because I am broke as balls. Right? I have no opinions on Payday 3 because I haven't played it. Exactly. The VTuber sphere, as much as we know it, is like really, really hecking weird already as is. We have like no thoughts and that kind of thing. Like everybody's using everyone first as a stepping stone. Cause yeah. I'm really just using everybody as like, a stepping stone, unfortunately. So we have that kind of thing going on with Ashi. So rar, I guess. Another thing that I solemnly get annoyed of is okay, so this is a different collab. This was a really, really recent and stuff. And this was also like a long time ago. I don't know, I would say. So I have a different Sona here in PH VTuber, especially on TikToky, on TikTok. So when I was like using TikTok, like trying to like stream more in TikTok or getting status and stuff like that, when I started off, I met a lot of like, hey, thank you for the follow, Car. I met a lot of like other VTubers that are like in the same status as me, but most of them didn't really like the the grind. They just wanted it for the fame. So I just really didn't like the vibes of like where they're going with and this kind of thing. Plus under this, like they kept on inviting me to their sessions most of the time. And remember, I just started off. I haven't even debuted stream or streamed once. I literally just made one video and that was it. Right? That was it. I've only known this person for like let's say a week, right? So during that week, we decided to play Duck Duck Goose. So we decided to play Duck Duck Goose. If you don't know or familiar, it's like an Among Us, but like with ducks and goose or whatever, So, hello. Damn, Sheldon, what are you doing here? So, during the time, I was particularly wary of this person already. You know, you know the thing when you have like a gut feeling, you know, Petron. You know when you have the like, gut feeling and stuff like that. That kind of. Oh, we are broke, Sheldon. We are broke. We have no money. Don't question my sanity. Next time we're gonna move to a shack. We're gonna be even more broke because I have like $3 in my bank account. Not gonna lie. Honestly, such a loser, man. Yeah. So I met this guy 1 week, and we played a little bit of Dr. Goose with a lot of people. And for some reason, I've only spoken to this guy to join this collab in particularly, and they started to become really possessive of particularly one girl, right, in that kind of server. So whenever anybody or any guy talks to that one particular VTuber that also started within the same timeline as me, he would immediately be protective. Not protective in a sense it's like, you know, innocent or stuff like that, but really peculiarly just weird and creepy. It's just, I'm also just like weird and creepy, honestly. Hi, who's a fan? Weird and creepy in particular, so yeah. Yeah, that person was just rar. Thank you. So, and it got really awkward throughout the stream. I had to leave 30 minutes into the session because I could not take that kind of like behavior. I didn't even like, for me, I wasn't streaming, but they invited me to like, you know, join them. But yeah, I could not handle that kind of behavior for somebody that I'm supposed to be friends with, quote unquote. So yeah, I feel like they're using the VTuber thing to find, they're using it as like a dating simulator type shit. So to me that was just like really crazy that a lot of like people actually use an excuse as a VTuber. Yeah, excusing as a VTuber just to try to like be, I don't know, to recruit women, trying to make this into like, you know, some kind of like dating simulator, when in reality, like, damn, that's crazy. Couldn't even take that kind of like crap, honestly. I wasn't particularly fond of the guy immediately, but I kind of sensed that there's something wrong with him. But at the end, I kind of just like ignored that kind of session. I want collab with your garden. Nah, I'm good. I already sprouted, so why would I? Crazy. So to be honest, it's like to me it's like already really weird. Arigato for the follows. Dot. Why do you have not a name? Hello, Charlie. But yeah, I am very wary of people that I collab with, honestly. There are only 2 people that I've collabed with since I started. It's mostly just 2 people, I guess. Yeah. I've only collabed with like Grandpa Wicker and Kazuha so far. Cause yeah, genuinely, I like. Don't get me wrong, I'm not really worried of like most people, but I like having friends. I like having people around me, like, you know, talking and stuff. I yap a lot. I like talking. I like having friends, and like I like being there for like I like being there for like a lot of people. It's just sometimes you gotta pick and choose where, like, you know, where your like, you know, where you put your trust in, because you'll never know what really they want. Sometimes connections are kind of like surface level to most people, and they don't really want the friendship. They just want you because you're a benefit. And I don't want that kind of friendship. Nobody does want it. Nobody does want that kind of friendship, you know? If I'm gonna be collabing or like, you know, being friendly with a lot of people, I would rather just be with my friends, honestly. You know. Just, it's nice to have friends. Yeah, you just gotta like pick them very, very carefully. It's crazy. Oh, not a lot of people can understand that. But yeah, we're almost nearing our goal, Chi. Oh. I like water. So yeah, I have a lot of like stories that are like, you know, somebody told me that the VTuber sphere, especially like when it comes to like the, you know, the internet, is pretty much like high school. If you think about it, there are cliques, there are cliche, there are bullies, there are mean girls, and you have like the quiet, shy, and introverted people that are just like mostly like in the corner. So that's what happens when you like you do that, you know. It's very similar to how high school operates, especially like the ones that you see like in movies. Yes. Hara. Cute Hello Kitty femboy are god possessive. I don't know. Yeah, can it be like, you know, fertilizers instead? Kinda prefer fertilizers. Either way, they gotta be buried into the ground. But it's good. I like fertilizers. I'm gonna eat that shit up. Either way, yeah, pick and choose whoever you become friends with, because at the end of the day, like, you never know what people's interests are for you. Besides, I ain't going to like, you know, I ain't going to like lie into that. Because at the end of the day, I do what I do. Yeah. Probably it's one of the few reasons. I already told him, like, you know, one of the few reasons why I don't really call apps, aside from like me being insecure, is like that fact. I don't know what people's intentions are. I genuinely just like being around my friends, I'll be honest. I know it's a bit stupid, but yeah, I genuinely just like being around my friends. I know it's crazy, but I like being with my friends. I do what I want. Honestly, I'm indie. I'm an indie VTuber, right? As an indie VTuber, I don't have to be like any of the others. Like those are like in corporations and stuff like that, and they can do things and stuff like that, like concerts, like, you know, singing and stuff like that. I just feel like, you know, I have the more freedom to do whatever the hell I want with my content. Honestly, I can even count salt. I will count salt. Watch me, I will count salt. Get bored enough, I will actually count salt on stream. Don't test me. I will count that one by one by myself with my own two hands, little by little. I would count a spoonful of salt with my tweezers. You'll see I'm that dedicated because I'm that bored. I will do that. I don't even know what the hell am I doing with my life, and honestly I don't even have a set schedule to like do things that I want to do. Cause, you know, like if you want to do a lot of VTuber projects, you gotta if you want to do a lot of like VTuber projects, you gotta have to like basically have some kind of like funding for it. I'm broke. I can barely afford a chicken nugget, and I've been craving a chicken nugget for like a month now. I still haven't bought it. I have $1. I have $1. Technically, I used to have $3, chat, but I only have $1 now because I just bought some ice cream. Yeah, I'm really bad with money. You know what, chat? I am awful with money. Arigato for the follows. I'm really awful with money. Everything that I do. So, okay. So how I am with money is that when I get my money, I would spend everything in one go, and then I would stretch 1K throughout the next 2 weeks. So so yeah, so like imagine, yeah. Is that a cabbage or something? Yes. So like imagine if I get an allowance, right? I get a set allowance of 8K, I'd say around that, 8,000 or something like that, probably. So I get an allowance of like 8,000 a month, yeah, right, for school or whatever I need for, like, you know, other expenses and stuff like that. Then I would buy a lot of things within the first week, and then be broke by the second week, and by the third week I have to like stretch out, like 1K. And then I would practically just eat air at the end of the day because I'm that bad with money. Living alone just made me realize how bad I am with like pertaining to cash and stuff like that, because seriously, what the hell am I doing? Trust me. That's how life is. You gotta do what you gotta do. Anyways, my neck hurts. I can crack. I've been cracking my neck more often. Maybe. Damn. That's crazy. My model can actually like detect my neck cracks. There we go. Yeah. The goal should be a book on how to budget. I know how to budget. Well, technically speaking, I do know how to budget most of the time. Most of the time. I mean, I know how to budget. I can stretch for 1K for like 2 weeks. But I still have to go to, like, you know, my classes. Honestly, I have no idea what the hell am I doing or what I'm gonna do after this. Cause yeah, I don't know. I've been debating whether I should go back to like uni or just stay homeless, I guess. You know, okay. This is I think it's funny. I'm a coper. I inhale copium for a living. Yes, true. Like, you know, okay, coming back to that, like I cope a lot and inhale copium on a daily basis, and every single one of them is like, you know, rar. Like that, like I inhale it like it's life or something. So, as copium as it may be, but my parents, particularly my mother, I love my mom. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to Mama Cab out there. I love you. My mom and I are very close. Not close to like, you know, like she knows all my secrets and stuff, but like it's more or less that like I treat her like a friend, you know. I treat my mom like my friend. One time she was joking about how I keep moving places to places. She literally called me an NPA. She called me an NPA, like as in like, you know, no permanent address. And yeah, I joke around with my mother. Right? Actually, since it's Pride Month, when I came out to my mom, yeah, I came out to her twice. I came out as like, you know, first I actually came out as like, you know, liking women, stuff like that. I thought, but yeah, not really. Like, you know, I came out to her as like, you know, oh ma, I like girls. I think girls are pretty, stuff like that. And then like the next few months, I actually like men too, which is crazy, you know, because I've never really been interested in men. Where are you originally from? Well, I came from the land of Etibak. I came from the land of Etibak, the wonderful and amazing Snortingville of the Philippines. Yes. Well, technically it's a second Snortingville of the Philippines. A normal day in Etibak. So yeah, when I came out to her about liking men and women, she called me, right? She FaceTimed me and told to my face oh my god. And like my mom is like Bisaya, so like she said like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, Cab, you like women, you like men, but you can't have anything. You like both, but you're still single. What are you? You're not bisexual, you're by yourself. My mother. So yeah, she genuinely just called me and said that to my face in front of me. When that happened, am I ugly? I don't know. Look in the mirror, maybe. It's crazy. Yeah, I got destroyed by my own mother. But just to me, it's still kind of like, my god, why? Why have you forsaken me, mom? Why would you do that? But hey, it happens. It happens. But yeah. Okay. Nowadays, actually, it's a lot more like, I just found out that I don't even really like people in general. I actually don't really like, I actually just don't really like people. I'm actually borderline asexual, because like, I think I was just coping, because I just, how some people have crushes, right? When you're having crushes, chat, like you tend to be like more ugly eyes, and then you tend to like be a little bit more blushy and stuff like that. But I never felt that way for much people until we became friends first, right? Hello. Until we become friends first. So I thought to myself that like I should be liking somebody, I should be able to like somebody. So I would pick and choose whoever comes into the classroom. Like at the first time, especially like during high school and elementary, like I was trying to cope to myself that like maybe it since it's normal to have like crushes and stuff like that, I just point to the nearest person and tell myself that like I like that guy, I like that guy, even though I have no clue how people absolutely like, how like people like other people. Because yeah, the only time that like I'd like someone is when I genuinely become really close to them. Hello, Shin. I genuinely just became really close to them. But yeah, other than that, I just didn't. And I didn't know that there was like a term for that. It's called like being a demisexual, is it? Like a demisexual or like something like that. So yeah, I guess that's me. But I go both ways regardless. I just genuinely just like people that are decent and cool. Other than that, people are just, I don't know, people are mostly meh. Yeah, a little point and crush. Are you femme? Depends, bro. Depends. Do you want me to be a femme? How about you kiss me on the mouth and tell me how you feel? Do you feel gay or do you feel straight? Like, mwah! I'm demisexual. Yeah, that's a term. Demisexual, or whatever the hell that means. Basically, I just don't really like, I just genuinely don't like people until I became friends with them. AKA, as my friends say, I'm a tsundere. I'm a tsundere, as they said that I am. Because I genuinely don't like people. I don't like people. Brother. I don't like people. People weird me out. People just kind of scare me. Genuinely. I think I already made a short about it. Like how when I go out to like people, or like genuinely just be outside or talk to somebody, I get sick. That's a real thing. I'm not even kidding. I feel absolutely awful going outside. Like, I'm fine. But I'm just like chilling, going on arcades. But the moment that I speak to somebody, or like, speak to somebody, because usually when I order here, like when I order, I just point to what I want, and then like, okay, got it. I don't have to like speak or converse. But when at times where I have to speak out like my conditions, bro, I just die. I just pass away straight out. That's how bad it is. I'm such a loser. Legitimately. I'm what would you call like a legendary loser. I'm such a like I'm not even like glorifying how I am. I am the storm that is approaching. Okay. Not even like, you know, trying to be like a bit funny or like doing a bit here. I am genuinely just weirded out with myself. Honestly. Arigato na. So, I don't know. I guess like being what the hell was that? So like being I guess just being a loser, just like, you know, not glorifying or anything like that the way that I'm living right now, because like I genuinely just don't go outside. Like, you know, you need to touch grass sometimes and stuff like that, but like I just can't. Like I have social anxiety. It hinders everything that I do. I'll do you one better. I did it. I do you one better actually. I had a friend who was adopted, right? And he started dating this girl, only to find out that they were twins. Like, you know, fraternal twins. So yeah, can't beat that type of shit. Yeah, they met online. So that's another thing. They met online. So they met online, right? Like, you know, he was adopted, and like his girlfriend slash sister stayed with the genuine family. They're fraternal. They're because, like, you know, you can't be like identical. It's really rare to have identical twins that are like boy and girl. So they're fraternal twins, and they started trying to get along because of their same hobbies, only to find out that when they arrived there, they're actually twins. So yeah, that was crazy. They broke up eventually after finding that out, because duh. And they just started being brother and sister, just like, to me it's still kind of weird. Cause think about it. Just that kind of reminds me of that one anime. I'm not gonna mention it, but like, you know what I mean. Cause yeah. So yeah. Why is your name Kalbo? Kalbo? What? Can I request a song? I don't do song requests. I'm streaming on the Red app, so I can't really take strong song requests because yeah, I'm gonna get copyrighted. I already have like 1 strikes. With an eye. You're bald? What? With an eye? What the hell does that mean? Oh my god. It's okay, being bald is a type of hairstyle. You should be proud of being bald. Your shiny head is a masterpiece. I don't know what the hell am I saying. But yeah. Why are you complaining to my user? No, it's just like I can't read. Karib? Is that like a Japanese word possession? Ah, it has an I. I thought it was like a double L. What the hell is wrong with me? Oh my god, dyslexia, I love it. Why no read? Because why not? It's crazy. Oh, hello, Hari. Welcome. Is it Kalibo, like a city somewhere in the Philippines? I saw that meme like running around on Reddit and like in like, you know, I saw that meme running around on Facebook. Like there's this like, you know, bald guy, and there was a sign above like a bus, and it says like Kalbo. And yeah, that genuinely was like funny to me. I don't know, my humor is just probably just bullshit. It's not a city? Okay, it's not a city. Now I'm just messing with you. I know what Kalibo is, bro. Yeah, that's like a town or something. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, you have a Filipino accent. Well, duh, kasi Pinoy ako. Saan ba ako magagaling? Pare ko eh. Of course, I'm from the Philippines. Where do you think I'm from? Eh, arigato gozaimasu ne. From a cabbage patch. Honestly, true. Sa garden. Wala nga ako sa... Ang problema kasi sa cabbage, sa repolyo, chat, wala ako sa bahay kubo. So, technically, di ako Pinoy. Are. Yoshiki, let me ask you a question. There's a bathroom background. Bro, we are broke. Okay? We are broke. Lilipat tayo ng bahay. Yung may AC. You know? Because why not? Bro, do you know how expensive, like... Do you know how expensive rent is, chat? Like, rent nowadays for, like, a studio apartment is around 6,500. And no, like, it's literally just a closet. You know? Ouch. So, if you go, like, find, like, sorry. Are, tachi kana, dokko shite. Hey, Grimmy! Welcome. Oh my god. But yeah. Wait, I'm checking something out. Cause like, I've been apartment hunting for like a bit, right? Cause like, okay. I don't know if it's a sensitive information here, but like back in the day, I was living alone in my dormitory. Na wala akong magawa sa buhay ko. I'm gonna rate like, you know. So there was this like, especially like urban areas, it's like provincials. There's always like a panty stealer for some reason. Like, what the hell you gonna find that? I remember my roommate, like one of my roommates, like underwear that was like a fucking Benten, like a Benten, like, you know, Benten underwear got stolen from like their house. Like, what the fuck? From the window. It's crazy to me. Yeah, I don't know. You know, like somebody steals underwears in like different places that I lived in. It's crazy. Yeah, I am actually apartment hunting because my contract, or like the contract is about to like end soon. So we're trying to like delegate our like, you know, contracts and stuff like that. So yeah. Either way. I should be really thirsty. What truth do you speak? Stupidity. You wanna know the truth? Alam nyo kasi, the truth... Ano ba Tagalog ng truth, puta? Ano ba yung Tagalog ng truth? Katotohanan? Right? Katotohanan ba? O kabubuan ko? I don't even speak my own language. Like, hey, we reached 1 file. Let's go. Crazy. Totoo. The truth. Cause yeah. What the hell is people talking about? Give me a moment. I'm trying to like look for stuff. Okay, so yeah. Life. Amazing. What the hell am I doing? Wala akong masabi sa buhay ko. Pura lang kabubuhan ginagawa ko sa mundo. Sa totoo lang. I'm supposed to play something. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm supposed to play or do something else, but like here I am just like yapping to my screen about absolutely like nothing. Also, please subscribe to the UGs. I mean the UGs. Fuck. What? fuck's sake. I run my mouth like a dumbass every time. The YouTube channel. I don't care anymore. TikTok hates me. So yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can watch me a little bit more sooner. So yeah. Subscribe to the YouTube account. I actually prefer to like post more, stream more, and like somewhere like around like, you know, the Red app or something like that. Because TikTok absolutely hates my guts, especially these days. Whenever I stop streaming for like a day, they just like throw me out of the gas and tell me to like screw up and die. Every single time. So I really don't know if like, you know, I'm ever gonna live. I don't wanna hurt you anymore. Found the other reason why. Every single time. I don't think TikTok actually likes me that much. It's crazy. Which is fun. I have real friends in my chat right now. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. I'm stupid. Well, I have already been stupid. I've already been stupid all the time. And the stupidity what runs me out. I will never run out of like stupidity because yeah, I'm doomed. Every time. Okay. Oh my god, what the hell am I saying? What the hell am I trying to do? I forgot what's the point of like... I actually forgot what the hell is the point of like my ranting session over here. Or like what the hell am I saying? I don't know words to say, but yeah. Words are incomprehensible. Okay. Let's go back to like the topic at hand from back then before I got distracted to being dumb as fuck. So yeah, let's talk about like entertainment or tech. I like tech. I actually really like tech. One thing that I really want to talk about is like cyber decks. If you don't know what cyber decks are, basically Google it. Kidding. Libre naman mang Google, diba? So cyber decks are basically these pieces of technology that you make into like, you know, random pieces of junk that you make into functional computers or little computers in general. And like, you know, a lot of people have been starting to go into like the hobby, and it's basically like an anti-consumerism. Yeah, it's an anti-consumerism like tech goals. But if you don't know what that is, check that out. Yeah, I actually really like tech. Cyber decks are really fun. I used to make them a lot when I was a teenager. But the one thing I don't really like about like the cyber decks that are like I'm seeing right nowadays is the fact that people being absolutely missing the point, right? I've seen a lot of people into like, you know, getting into the cyber decks. So, you know, people like getting into cyber decks and stuff like that. I'm actually pretty happy that people are getting into the hobby. I stopped being into the hobby because, well, I don't really go out to junk shops anymore to go find some pieces of technology that died. Hello, love. So, yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, like, you know, because the point of cyber decks is to make junk and junk technology into something that you can use, right? So the whole aesthetic of it is post-apocalyptic, like stuff like that. So like, you know, we don't consume so much tech that are like throw away new, like old tech. You can call me Winter. What you're talking about? Your name is Lev on the screen. Your username is Lev. It's in my screen. I'ma call you Lev. Kasi Winter. Actually, that's a really cool name. Winter. Is there somebody named Summer? Yeah, Summer is also a really common name. Okay, I got distracted again. So, cyberdeck's meant to be like, you know, anti-consumerism. Because we go through a lot of e-waste. You know, e-waste, making electrical waste. And you know? Oh, so kane. So, e-waste, right? Electronic waste. That includes phones, old laptops, PCs, and other stuff like that that gets broken all the time. Right. So, The point of cyberdecks is to make those old pieces of tech into something functional that you can still use for today. They might not be able to like play a lot of things or might not be able to be used for a lot of like, the modern-ish things, but they're practically usable. And what I don't like about it is people that are getting into cyberdecks or like, thank you for the follows, like, getting into cyberdecks and buying, not making. They're trying to make a cyber deck, but they're buying a mini computer. Essentially, they're consuming. That basically just ruins the whole point of cyber decks in general, which is so stupid to me. Because why are you buying tech when we're trying to reduce the waste, right? People are buying Raspberry Pi, different kinds of Raspberry Pi. If you don't know what a Raspberry Pi is, and tech talks, like, in tech, Raspberry Pis are basically this mini computer that's like, lesser than the size of your phone. It's very, very small. It's like this, it's very, very small. And people actually, like, welcome back to the cat. And people buy those for thousands or hundreds of dollars to make cyber decks. You're buying a piece of technology, right? You're buying a piece of technology to make a piece of technology that's supposed to reduce the waste that you're making out of electronics. Bro, you have an old phone. You probably have some really shitty laptop running around out there that you forgot about, right? Thank you for the follows. Yeah, Raspberry Pis are very expensive too. So I don't understand why a lot of people are basically consuming more tech in order to make old tech work. It completely defeats the purpose. Because when I started making cyber decks back in the day, before I got absolutely lazy, I was using motherboards from like old phones. Like, those old phones that have like keyboards, like, was it like, I think it was like a Sony phone that like so basically it's a phone. I got it from a junk shop, actually. I don't know if I have a picture on it, but again, I don't have a picture of it. Yeah, the essence of the essence of cyberdeck is essentially lost, exactly. So I have like the keyboard was made out of, like, the keyboard was made out of keyboard, and I basically wired some DIY'd some wiring to make it work, right? It was like a Sony, like a really old Android phone. I remember. It's like a Sony Xperia that I found, like Xperia that I found in a junk shop that I bought for like 50 pesos because nobody wants it. Like, yeah, you're supposed to have that. Making your own run considered a cyber deck. Not really precisely. You're making your own tech. It's a different thing. Basically, cyber deck is basically like, it's just like your average computer that can do minimal stuff. Bye, Toby. So yeah, the point of like having a cyber tech is like essentially lost in general, and like it's just consumerism at this point, because you want to get into the hobby and you want to like, you're not really that techy, but anybody can just piece together anything, honestly. The best example of I can think of was like, cyber deck would be how how do I like think about it without like screwing up like the wording and stuff like that? You know how sometimes your laptop breaks, right? Your laptop breaks and the monitor breaks and you don't know what to do with it, and you just basically just plug it to an HDMI and put it into like, and put it into like a monitor. Yeah, that can be considered a cyber deck, technically speaking, but it's a bigger cyber deck, right? Because cyber deck is like compact, really small, and you can carry it around, right? Technically, like a like a laptop made out of junk. That's what a cyber deck is, right? Hello, Rise. So yeah, That's what it is. So people making like tech out of old shit. It's like old junk. It's literally junk. It's supposed to be junk. I don't know why people are just consuming and buying and buying and buying when in reality you could just like make that yourself. You can use like a phone, like an Android. I know people glaze Linux a lot, but like you can convert your Android phone into a Linux phone, which is crazy to me because I've done that before. I guess like you can convert really old ass phones or like really old like 2013 2010 phones, especially if they have Android or touchscreen. You can convert it to like if they have decent RAM. You like potatoes, that's cool. Like if you have decent RAM within like that phone, man, let's say like around 4 to 6 gigabytes of RAM, you can literally convert it into Linux, and you can make it into a computer. You can plug it in with it like either like a Bluetooth keyboard or like an external keyboard. If you don't know how to like solder, you can literally just buy like the what do you call this, converter online for really really cheap. Not even like a few dollars. It's probably just like a few dollars, like $5 I guess. But yeah, so it is like I was like it's just, to me it's really baffling how a movement or like something, like the essence of something that's supposed to be like anti-consumerism become consumerist, a consumeristic like views. And yeah, that is absolutely stupid and crazy to me. Hello Kyle. So if you ever plan, I highly suggest getting into the hobby though. It's fun. Making cyberdecks is actually really fun. But yeah, the essence is basically a dying conversation at this point. So gotta have to like have to like pursue some other different stuff, because yeah, like I hate how it's so stupid now. Why are you buying a Raspberry Pi is essentially just buying like a Raspberry Pi is essentially just buying a new computer, but you make it compact. So just buy a PC at that point, really. So cause like what's the point? You just want it to be cutesy and artistic, man. Cyberdecks are meant to be really, it's a hobby that's meant to be really really inexpensive, right? I'm telling you, making a cyberdeck is supposed to be inexpensive because you're making it to yourself. You're DIYing it. You're buying new stuff to make like trinkets and shit. Like the thing is like they're trying to make it seem that like making cyberdecks is like basically just putting on like a case and then trinkets and stuff like that. It's supposed, to me it's like making something useful out of junk. Sorry, I'm just drinking water. But yeah. If you see me like kind of like becoming quiet or like putting my head down, it's because like I'm trying to pour some water so I can drink something. So you can't just like buy stuff in order to make to make things that are supposed to be made out of junk. Exactly. What do you think about a pick-me? Pick-me's are really annoying. I don't really like them. I have a lot of pick-me girls in like my high school back in the day, so I really don't want to associate with those kinds of people. It's kind of annoying. I don't know if I would be considered like a pick-me because yeah. Okay. Okay, when I was in high school, all my friends were guys. I've never been friends with a lot of girls because, for one, I am kind of intimidated by women. Women kind of scare me. So I get along with a lot of friends. The only reason why I don't really get along with a lot of girls at the time is because I have no, essentially, I essentially don't have any hobbies that like that coincide with them. So back then they really like makeup and stuff like that, and I like video games and like I'm really interested in sports, but I don't play sports. I just like watching people play sports. I find it fun. But yeah, I have the cool hobbies. I have the loser hobbies, man. But yeah, because like people are growing up. People are like, women are trying, like, girls in my class were trying to be like, they're becoming more mature. They're becoming more mature. They're becoming more women-like, and I just stayed a little boy throughout the years. And I really wasn't really judging them. More of like I'm kind of jealous. Honestly, I'm kind of jealous that they can like be able to like be more confident to try to like put up their appearances and stuff like that. It's only until like I actually grew up when I was 19 to actually like like grew up and to honestly a bit more womanly. Hey, thank you for the follow. So yeah, I just didn't really like being girly at the time because I was insecure. Honestly, that was mostly of it, but I never really put them down. I'm just kind of jealous. Like, how did they do that? Because personally, I think that I'll be like, oh, I'm weird. I look weird. That feels weird. So therefore, I'm just gonna cry about it, I guess. That's my main thing. Trust me, it's like really weird, but yeah. Crazy. Oh yeah. So if you see the thumbnail on the red app chat, you seen the thumbnail on the red app, right? You've already seen the thumbnail on the red app. Basically, I did that while I was in the toilet 3 minutes before the stream. I really wasn't really thinking because yesterday I said, sabi ko, diba, bukas gagawin ko yung mga thumbnails. Lahat ng thumbnails from my stream, ako na bahala, gagawin ko today. And then, but like around 6 p.m, inantok ako, nakatulog ako, pagising ko 4:00 na ng umaga. Iba po tanga na. Yeah, I literally just want to sleep. I was gonna take a nap around 6 and wake up at like around 8 or something, just a 2-hour nap. But I woke up at 4 a.m. Diba po tayo na, galing ko? Mahusay. So yeah, that's basically what I did. I literally just like I'll take a nap. I'll go take a nap, and then I fucking fell asleep and then just died in general. I didn't even think about it. I set up like 3 alarms. I turned it off and went back to sleep apparently, and like I just never really woke up. I don't know why. And today I'm sleep deprived once again. I haven't slept yet because sleeping's for the weak. Sleeping's for the pussies. Kidding. You know I love you guys. You know I love you. Ain't gonna stop loving you, bitch. Kidding. Let's just hope like the red app doesn't get me banned for like the consistent swearing. I mean, I'm trying to be a bit more like I'm not dropping most of like the swears here and there, but like sometimes it just gotta move out. It's gonna roll out. I'm not gonna dampen my personality just because of an app. Filipino ka or half? Oh, Filipino ako. Pinoy ako. Half bobo, half buang. Yes, half. Siyempre, half tayo eh. Siyempre, half tayo eh. Half engot, half tanga. Does it satisfy you? Siyempre, kailangan maging idol niyo ako eh. Siyempre, ako pa. Galing ako eh. Hap-hap. 50-50 tayo dito. Lahat. Di pa ako naliligo today actually. Tinamad kasi ako maligo. Hey, thank you for follow. Actually, yeah, for real. Tinamad ako maligo today. I actually got lazy to take a shower. And then even like, I didn't even try to even like go to the bathroom and shower today, because yeah, I showered like 5 times yesterday, so I figured that like, you know, if I showered 5 times yesterday, I don't need to shower today. It's crazy. I'm mahusay na bata. Exactly. Mahusay talaga. Yep. Yep. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite dish, chat? So yeah, I've been thinking about like what would be, if I was a person, what would be my favorite dish. Honestly, I like adobo personally, but I don't know if people would like adobo as much as I do. I can't even cook that shit. Can't even cook that stuff. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Depends on whether I want to or not. Oh yeah, Zenless. Oh my god, I forgot about that. I was gonna talk about that too. Okay, so Zenless Zone Zero, I just came back. Oh god, that's nice. Shinigang. So, Zenless Zone Zero, chat. I forgot about Zenless. What the hell are you saying? Yeah. I love Zenless. If you don't know, Zenless, I have my husband there is Lighter Lawrence. I love Lighter. He's actually one of the few 5 stars that I actually wanted to play. Yeah, he's one of the reasons why. And also like the furry, the like Lycon. I love Lycon. Lycon's hot. I think Lycon's hot. It's crazy. So oh my god. Speaking of like it was really weird. If you don't know, there's like a new corporate, like, you know, VTuber studio called Izagenya, and yeah, so Izagenya, right? I'm very infatuated by Xiaoan. I'm so infatuated by Xiaoan that, like, if you don't know, like, you know, he's the wolf boy. I actually really like him, and I spend most of my mornings just watching his streams because he streams in the morning. Hi. Yes, I said hi. Okay, and hot dog. So yeah, I'm talking, bro. You don't have to be, bro. You have to, like, you know. Okay. So I'm talking about my infatuation to a certain wolf boy. Okay, so yeah, I've been like binging some of their streams whenever I can, and like I spend most of my day just like watching, like, you know, hanging out in the streams, and yeah. I better check out Xiaoan from Izagenya, because yeah, I'm actually just like infatuated with, like, you know, I get infatuated with a lot of like VTubers because of like how they speak. You know, I'm not really good with faces. If you don't know, chat, I have face blindness. There are like times I actually have, yeah. To think about it, like I actually have like face blindness. I didn't even think about it that much, but I do have facial blindness. It's crazy how that happens. Cause when, you know, there are people that I've met for the first time, right? And if I haven't been close to them for the longest, I will forget their face. I will forget what they look like. I will forget like how, you know, but I will never forget people's voices. Like, I genuinely just, like, you know, I have vocal recognition when it comes to voices, which is a lot more ironic because considering that I'm mostly deaf for like both ears. Cause yeah, when I was a kid, I had like an ear infection, a really bad ear infection due to swimming. Due to swimming in a public pool, air got into like my ears, and I got a really bad ear infection in both ears. That resulted into like me having like pus-driven ears, and it ruined my hearing throughout all of my childhood. But not enough to the point where, like, you know, I need hearing aids or anything like that, or like hearing medications. It's just like my ears are more sensitive than others. I wear headphones or earplugs or earphones when I'm outside, because like my ears are incredibly sensitive to loud noises. If I hear that just like a loud clash or like a really weird like sound or music, like really loud music, especially at malls, you know. Mm-hmm. I don't know, drink it. You fucking gulp, gulp, gulp that shit. So yeah, I kinda, when I was like do like, you know, when that happens, like, you know, music from malls kind of like fogs up my ear and it hurts. Actually, it physically kind of hurts. From what I remember when I was a kid, my doctor said that I lost around 3 to 4% of my hearing on both ears. So one of my ear is 4% like deafer than the other. So yeah, I kind of had to like, you know, be a bit more, yeah, kind of have to like be a bit more burdened by that kind of like scenario. So it's crazy, I know, but like it happens a lot with people. So yeah, ow, my ear. 4% of my ears are crap, so yeah, we're gonna have to like work on that. My poor ears, indeed. I'm also really blind, by the way. I have really bad eyesight. Honestly, I don't know if this was like self-inflicted, but mostly because of neglect. When I was like in 5th grade, oh no, 2nd grade, when I was in 2nd grade, I told my parents how my eyes are starting to like, you know, blurry and I can't see what's in front of me. You know, I have to write in front of like the blackboard in order for me to like take notes in my notebook. That kind of persisted until like 6th grade. By 6th grade, I can't see what's on the blackboard at that point. I had to be extremely close, or like either that or had to copy from another person's like notebook in order for me to see the notes that's supposed to be there. Yeah, I'm deaf and blind basically. And so like if you notice, chat, if you notice that like, you know, I tend, whenever I play games, I tend to have either mostly max volume to me, because like to me it's the normal amount of volume, you know, it's loud but not extremely loud, but like to people it's actually really it's really fucking loud. So yeah, amazing, isn't it? I love it. I have really neglectful parents. You know what they say? You know the saying that like, you know, mama raised no, you know, mama raised no bitch. You know, mama ain't raised a quitter. Well, in my case, mama ain't raised no one. Mama was neglectful. Not in a sense, but yeah. I just have a really bad childhood, chat. I'm doing well right now for myself, honestly. I'm surprised I'm still alive, honestly. But these days, yeah, I kind of like do a lot of crap. But yeah, my ears still hurt, yeah. My ears still kind of hurt in time to time like that. But yeah. You know what I want to do? Aside from like, you know, aside from playing video games, I don't know. I still write, by the way. I haven't written a lot of like things as of the recent because I've been like kind of like in a block. But I really want to write again. I want to write some stuff. I want to write books. I want to write stories, but I just never really, you know when you're a writer, when like you make up scenarios for like what book or what series or what fantasy shit like you're gonna make, and then like you know like how you're gonna start it and then how you're gonna end it, what are the dialogues, what are the plans for this, what are like, you know, the plot, the story, like the characters' names, the world building, but you don't know what to do with like the very, like, you know, the middle. So yeah, that is me right now. I have a plot, I have a plot line, I have characters, I have designs, but I ain't do crap. I ain't do shit about it. I just let it linger until the idea dies. Cause that's what I am. A lazy bum. Thank you. Ow. I wanna tell you guys about the time where I broke my leg. Okay. So, I am lazy. I'm not really a lazy sons, but like I have social anxiety, really bad social anxiety. So, during PE in high school in 9th grade, no, 9th grade? Was it 9th grade? No, I think it was 10th grade. So when I was in 10th grade, like, you know, junior high, in grade 10, I say. So, grade 10, right? During PE, we were tasked to dance, right? My classmates were supposed to like do like, you know, like, you know, the hip hop dance thingy for PE, right? So, you know what I did? I went to the bathroom. I excused myself, went to the bathroom, and let's just say I deliberately, there was like this thingy that says like, you know, caution, slippery floor, you know, caution, slippery floor. I deliberately stepped on the slippery floor and caused myself to have to twist my ankle. So yeah, but instead of twisting my ankle, I broke my leg. So I can escape PE, the things I do just to not be embarrassed. So yeah, when I went back to my teacher, like I almost like, you know, I literally broke my leg. I actually manually had to like put it back. I don't know. The dedication to be absolutely lazy is crazy. I manually had to like put it back actually. The things that I do to like, you know, escape PE is absolutely crazy. Especially like in high school. In college as well. In college I was like really sick during PE. So it was, in college it really wasn't really that bad because it was like PE was like badminton. Badminton was like pretty easy, right? But like at the time, I think I was like really sick because of like mold infestation. So I have really bad lungs as well. So yeah, I have like asthma. What? So I have like asthma as well. So when I, like, you know, there was like a mold infestation in like one of like, you know, the shack that I was like living at the time. I got really sick and started up like, you know, really throwing up like coughs and stuff like that. I keep on being in a stupid ass environment on my own, not in my own volitions. Just sometimes I just get thrown on random shit and like I'm still somehow alive. I'm like a weed, bro. I'm like a weed. No matter how much you try to like, you know, put me down and like moit or like, you know, unlive me, I'm still alive. I still come back. I still come back full and alive. I would like flower and bloom. It's like, you know, I'm literally a bad, like I'm literally just like a weed. No matter how much you try to kill me, I'm still alive, which is crazy, cause yeah, could have been. The fact that I'm still right here is crazy, despite the hell. Can you simplify? Simplify what? I'm a weed. Smoke weed every day, what? Yeah. Technically cabbages are like a type of like, you know, a type of like plant. Technically I'm correct. So yeah, I'm correct. I am a weed. I don't know, I'm laughing at my own just because I'm stupid. Anyways, yeah, crazy. Magic Mike, hello. That song suddenly just popped out of my head. No. My neck started to like crumble up. Okay. It's actually really cool. My avatar is actually seeing like me cracking my neck. Eco. I can actually hear my own neck crack. Beauty and the Beach. Okay. I don't know what topic am I trying to talk about. Okay. Now like we're kind of like here in this like, you know, kind of topic of like health problems. I have a lot, honestly. Like, oh yeah, PE. Well, so that's why we're trying to like That's what we're trying to talk about, like PE. So yeah, in college, I failed my PE because of like that one instance where like I wasn't able to like go to like the badminton thingy because of my sickness. I was sick. One time I actually went to like school to like do my PE recitals. I was so pale because I just like got out from like a checkup. So I barely like ate anything. It's like, I know, it's like so tired. I'm always sick. Kasi naman, PE, tapos like PE, wala pang 6 a.m. Dapat nandun ka na sa like, you know, sa like covered court. Like, brother, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm gonna die in that kind of like environment, seriously. There are a lot of things that like I did to like avoid school and classes as well. Oh my god. I think I've already told like everybody about this problem that I had. Not really. I wouldn't say it's a problem, more of like a blessing in disguise. Yeah, honestly. I've honestly like already spoken to like a lot of people, like, you know, my principal and other stuff, like, you know, I can't do PE. Like, I can't do PE, basically. And like, I don't know why they keep on insisting like making me do PE or like making me do all of this like, you know, physical remedies and stuff like that, but like they still make me do PE regardless. It's crazy to me. Like, I'm already sick. I'm dying, basically. I had a mold infestation and they know it. They still want me to go through with like PE in the middle of like morning when they know that I had a checkup that day. It's like crazy to me. Like, all my classmates and friends at the time were trying to inform like the teachers about like, oh, you know, she's sick, we can't really do that stuff. But yeah, sometimes some teachers are just really assistant on things that, like, you know, students have no control over. It's crazy to me. We're starting into a new goal chat. There we go. So yeah, they know I'm sick, but yeah, not a lot of like professors do accommodations for a lot of kids, but we're gonna have to like try to like make it work, I guess, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. They just try to do it, but it happens, I guess. Rar. Da 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 da. Tonight the music seems so loud. Okay, yeah, I also had a teacher that made me quit like uni in the general. What? They tried to like, you know, so practically I had like a uni instructor that I don't really like. So basically he failed me on the subject twice, all because I wrote a really nasty comment on like it was really bad. I know, I wrote like a really nasty comment about his teaching. Hello, Linny. Like, on his teaching. So yeah, I was I failed his class twice. I also failed another subject twice. That was because I actually dropped out, but like during the time when, like, you know, people were dropping out and stuff like that, I didn't like go to the classes, basically. More of like, you know, I was already dropped. It's supposed to say dropped, but because the dropping season was already over, it has to like, they have to put like a 5, like, you know, a failed into like my grade instead of like a instead of like a drop. Because yeah, I don't know why it's not dropped in my, you know, official like on my official paper, but it's supposed to say dropped instead of like a 5. Because yeah, that's kind of like a big ruiner for like, you know, my thing. It's dropped, not a 5. But I guess my school was just being petty. But so instead of like putting like a drop, it's kind of complicated, like a lot of like political stuff in like the school. But that's not my problem anymore. I am going through online college, and I prefer to be in online college because I don't really understand the regular school chat. I kind of don't understand like a lot of regular school stuff, cause one, for regular school to work on me, you know, I actually thrived. Like I actually thrived more on self-studying or like teaching myself a lot of things, because I am afraid of making mistakes. Okay, making mistakes to me is like one of like the greatest sentences that like you could ever make, because I don't want to make mistakes where people can judge me or like, you know, tell me that I'm dumb or stupid. I already know that. But making mistakes is kind of like, you know, wrong. But if I'm making a mistake on my own accord, well, that's on me. I'm the only one to blame. But like if a teacher is breathing down my mouth, like breathing down my back or like my shoulders and my ears, breathing down my neck, going like looking at my dumbass work, yeah, I feel insecure. Okay, because I feel like they're gonna judge me. Because you know, this night dreamer is going, and they would walk by. Teachers would go like walk by and go, look at your work and do that. It's like, patay na po, yawa. that that was like, you know, that was what turned me off. When I was like in my old college, actually, I was striving in my computer programming. Wanna know why? Because instead of like my professor correcting my mistakes on the spot, he corrected me through online conversations through email, and that made me feel good about myself. Because instead of like, you know, I was receiving like feedbacks that doesn't include yelling. I just don't like getting yelled at, basically. That's probably one of the few reasons why I don't really want to get like a regular corporate job and I do whatever the hell I want, basically. Because like I can just like, you know, crash online and they can just like, you know, yell at me through emails. I'm not going through your stupid ass meetings. I am only contactable through emails. Speaking of which, I actually needed to make a business email soon. Why haven't I done that? It's been a year. I've been at this for like 4 months now, and I still haven't made a business email at all. I feel like I should be doing that, right? That's the thing that you, like professional VTubers should do, right? Like have a professional email just in case somebody wants to contact me. But yeah, maybe that's the reason why I haven't been getting spam emails from like websites. Do you want to try our new AI model to help you with your creation? No, leave me the hell alone. I'm my own manager. I'm my own manager. I am my own marketing. I am my own talent. If something goes wrong, I blame destiny. I blame my own destiny. I did that by myself. If I screwed up, if I fucked up, that is on me. I have nothing but to blame but myself, because yeah. Maybe that's one of the few reasons why a lot of VTubers don't, like especially indie, don't really last for like 1 year after they debut, because of like how much pressure they're into, like, you know, because they're not mostly here for the good time. They're mostly here for like, you know, people, they're mostly here for like they thought like, you know, instant fame type thing. Okay, here's the reality check. Here's the reality check of like most VTubers. I think I've talked about this is like what I wanted to talk about, like the first half of this like in a stream, is that most VTubers really think that like you invested into like making, you know, buying a model. Welcome back. You invested into like buying a model. You invested into like making like, you know, you invest into like buying a model. You invest into streaming. You invest into your like capabilities, like your PC and stuff like that. But you haven't invested into like your content. You don't make shorts, you don't make clips, you don't make videos. You just rely on streaming every day, and then you think that just because you spend hundreds of thousands of dollars into a model, you would automatically gain like an audience because your model is pretty. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay? You have to put yourself out there first. There's my biggest advice to people. Okay? Here's my biggest advice to people. I've been at this industry for like around 4 years now. Right? I started VTubing around 2022. Sorry, VTubing around 2022. This is not my first rodeo. This is not my first persona. Everybody knows that we have past reincarnation. This is not my first incarnation, nor this is not my first time being a streamer. Okay? So, the biggest concern that I've had with like most VTubers, that especially that are new, they think that just because they started streaming, they're gonna get in an audience, and just because they started making, a little bit of audience doesn't mean they're going to like, it's going to stay that way, right? If you don't make any videos, you don't make yourself like well known out there, you're going to be stagnant. Your worldview, your like content is just going to be stagnant. Right now, I'm in the process of integration. Therefore, I'm streaming on different platforms. I'm streaming, I'm talking, and I'm making a lot of videos, a lot of shorts here and there, and I have other big plans in the future. But for now, since I'm trying to hold off and try to take my time with this, I am here, right? That's one of my biggest advice, okay? If you want to start streaming, if you want to make more content, you have to put yourself out there. Make social medias, make offline content. Because at the end of the day, a lot of streamers, from what I know, okay, not everybody does this, but a lot of streamers that I know actually do their streams scripted, which is to me is absolutely stupid because I don't script shit, okay? Everything that comes out of my mouth comes out of my mouth through on my own volition. It comes out of my mouth and then into my household. Like what? But you get what I mean, right? Everything that comes out of my mouth came from my asshole and then released into the world, into my words, whatever. I'm weird as fuck. So yeah, that's what I mean. Cause, wakat tarane. So, in reality, that's what happens. Okay, we're gonna elaborate on that. Cause yeah, I want my stream to be authentic. I want my stream to be more, human. That's what they say. Even though I'm not making a lot of money into the streaming and stuff like that, or making any content stuff, I work hard because I'm learning. I work hard. I work a lot to make this work, to make this into like integration. Because at the end of the day, if you don't work for your content, you don't work. Because like, you think being a streamer is just you go online, open the stream, say live, and then talk to like your chat. That's it. No, you gotta make yourself known. You gotta make yourself like be something, right? Be well known, basically. You have to be something. Because like, you can't just expect an audience immediately. As soon as you open your stream, you immediately have like, you immediately have people that are like watching you. That's the first thing that like a lot of newly people kind of like make a mistake of, and they don't follow up. Just because you're making an audience on a certain platform doesn't mean you're gonna have an audience forever. I have a lot of examples of people like these, because personally I have like around like an average of like 5 to 15 viewers per stream, and sometimes it stagnates to like four people per stream. Okay, 3 to 4 people per stream. I'm still like kind of like a lower viewer count, yes, but like back then I was just streaming to air. Okay, I was mostly just streaming to air. Like, nobody's chatting, nobody's talking. I was just literally gaming and talking to myself most of the time. And like kind of like learn how to like talk more, learn to like stagnant myself into non-stagnant myself. I mean, like I don't want to make myself into a stalemate. Basically, just like I just kept talking, I just kept yapping. Just me. I'm just talking to like myself, talking to the darkness, and talking to the like the lizard in my room, type shit. But yeah. Hello, Springtrap. What the hell are you doing here? But yeah. So, make yourself well known. Make some offline content more than streams, honestly. Before I started streaming, I learned that like having an audience despite them being small. Hey, hello. Welcome to live, Brazil. But yeah, you know. So, you just gotta have to like make it work. Basically, you have to work hard. Essentially, I mean, I am working hard towards my goal. You know, I want to try to be a bit more than who I really am and stuff like that. I want to try to be more than what I am right now. I want to surpass myself in the future. Cause yeah, I'll be honest, I'm from the Philippines, bro. Cause to be honest, chat, I'm actually pretty happy with like how I am today. Cause I didn't really expect for me to grow this fast. No, honestly. Yeah. I was just like a stupid person making stupid content on the internet, but didn't expect to like have this much people following my dumbass for the longest time. Trust me. My throat hurts. My throat hurts. Give me a sec. I got some water. There we go. So yeah, a lot. You gotta have to like think about it too much. Think about it. It's crazy. I'm thinking about it. Thinking kind of hard. Yeah, thinking is hard. What the hell am I talking about? So yeah, thinking is really hard. So having that kind of like connotation into like myself is actually really crazy to me. Cause yeah, most of the time it's like wow. Not a lot of like YouTubers or like basically VTubers in particularly, because like VTubing is really a niche. It's 100% niche, right? A niche is like a prospect, something that like it's still a niche subject. A lot of people think that VTubers are like people with like like people with a neck beard like Discord mods with a neck beard trying to pretend to be an anime girl on the internet. That's basically what people think of like VTubers these days. It's crazy, cause yeah, they don't think that VTubers are people and like behind the avatar it's like a voice actor or anything like that, just trying to play off as character. But yeah, they don't really think that way. They think that like VTubers are just like some random anime girl on the internet pretending to be like because of their really bad addiction. That's my biggest advice. Coming back to that, it's like do your own thing. First, do your own thing. Second, put yourself out there. Like make a lot of like offline content, and honestly, record, make stupid jokes, do something instead of like stagnating your growth just because like you don't do anything. But yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with like where I am right now. I mean, it's not a lot, but there's people. I like people. People are people. So, put yourself out there in a good way. Honestly, I don't know how to promote myself unless I'm just doing shit what I want to do. I just basically do whatever the hell I want, and then hope for the best. And sometimes hoping for the best kind of works, which is crazy. Also, the fact that like I'm not gonna get over the fact that like I actually just like read or like made my thumbnails and other stuff in the toilet while I was taking a dump. So yeah, that's why. I also made like the acronym and like the everything, the acronym and like the presentation in 3 minutes before the stream, because yeah. Yeah, throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. Exactly. I like what I'm doing right now. I'm pretty sure everybody can do it. You just gotta do a lot of hard work. I'm still inexperienced in all general physicality, but I do what I want and I do what I can. There's a lot of YouTube tutorials anyways, so you gotta be okay. It's what we call in YouTube University we trust. I love that saying. In YouTube University we trust. Either way, we're doing well. We're doing well for ourselves. Yeah. Kinda wanna... Okay, chat. life throws lemons at your face, eat it. Eat it. Put it in salt and eat it. Mm-hmm. Actually, have you tried lemons? You know, have you tried eating lemons? I like eating lemons. Probably because I'm a masochist. If you didn't know, chat, I'm a masochist. What? If you didn't know, chat, I'm a sadomasochist. I enjoy seeing people suffer, and I like seeing myself suffer. I'm a mess. Put that code on a shirt. We're gonna put that code on a shirt, chat. You know, if life throws, if life throws lemons, you know, if life throws you lemons, put it in salt and eat it. I love eating lemons. You know, I also eat calamansi, by the way. Like straight out calamansi. I just eat calamansi. I just like dip it in like salt and just like eat that. Yeah. New merch idea. Hey, if we get a merch store, I'm definitely gonna make that into one. Yeah, definitely. When life, okay. Yeah, let me do like a better voice of that. Okay. When life gives you lemons, put it in salt and eat it. Type shit. Mm-hmm. How do you even eat calamansi? You slice it, right? The way that you would normally slice it. Either that or you peel it. Like dalandan. You can peel it like dalandan actually. I like dalandan or oranges. So basically you pull like the stalk and just like peel it out. And then like you dip it in salt and then you just like put it in your mouth. Go, asim. Just asim, gaya ng kilikili mo, ganun type shit. What the hell? What the asim, kasi asim ng iyong kirikiri. Exactly. Feeling something small seems annoying. Not really. If I also peel. By the way, speaking of something small, that need peeling something that small, I also peel grapes. If you've ever peeled grapes before, I also do that. Have you ever had frozen grapes, chat? I love frozen grapes. Yeah. I peel grapes too. I don't know. It's tedious and annoying, but like, I just like doing that for like not even because like, I don't like the skin. I just do it because I just do it for the love of the game. I just do it for the love of the game. But have you ever had frozen grapes? So basically, you put the grapes inside the freezer for like 2 to 3 hours. Like freezer, okay? Freezer 2 to 3 hours, and then you take it out, let it cool off a little bit, and just like unfreeze it a little, and then eat it. It feels like ice cream. It's really good. Like it's a good treat for the summer. I love that. I just do that. I just do that a lot. So every time I buy grapes, I put it in the freezer for like before I eat it, because yeah, frozen grapes are so good, especially in the hot summer heat. Like there's a lot of like foods in summer that you should like definitely have. There's like watermelon, frozen watermelon, so good, and pineapple. Oh my god, that is so peak. Real frozen grapes are peak in summer, especially when it's like this hot. Oh, frozen grapes. If only grapes weren't so expensive. Real. If grapes were that expensive if grapes weren't that expensive, I would have it every day. Another thing that I like frozen, actually, another thing that I really like frozen is mangoes. Frozen mangoes are so good. You have an idea, like, frozen mangoes are so good. Back then actually, nagnanakaw ako ng mangga ng kapitbahay. You know, like Indian mangoes. So there's like a giant like mango tree like next to our neighbor's house. Like back then when I was a kid, nagnakaw lang ako doon, kinukuha ko, sinasambit ko, akit ako ng bobong, tapos susungkitin ko yung mangga. Eh, syempre tarantado tayo eh. Yun yung gagawa ko eh, kabubuhan talaga. Mag-aakyat bahay ako para sa mangga. Ganon talaga tayo. Yung mga Pilipino. Siyempre, unggoy yarn. Real. Actually, yeah. Parang ganon na nga. Hindi. Akyat mangga. If there's like akyat bahay, angkat mangga ako. Really, I'm a really small kid and very like non-heavy. So, you know, I'm very lightweight, so I can stand on like hierro and stuff like that. So I would like climb, you know, my house, like, cause like the neighbor's mango tree was literally like near our like roof at the time. So I would climb like the roof of our house through the window without falling every single time during like the summer season, during the mango season. And I would like pick and choose like, you know, the mangoes and stuff like that. It's like sungkit lang na sungkit. Sungkit lang ako ng sungkit every time. Tapos pagkakarantanda ko, meron din silang puno ng rambutan. Ay puta ina. Doing like rambutan season, I would also like pick so much rambutan. Like abot siguro mga 2 kilo yung kinukuha ko sa nila. Kinukuha ko sa puno nila. Binibenta kasi nila yun. They were trying to like sell that shit every summer. And then there's me. A fucking small ass kid in the middle of like the afternoon would climb the roof just to get like some mangoes and like, you know, some rambutans, because yeah, 2 kilo kunin ko, tapos uwi ko sa bahay. Ako lang kakain mag-isa. Kasi ako lang kakain dun. Bahala kayo dyan. I'm not gonna share. Di ako mag-share. Akin lang yan. And then like, you know, magkakasakit ako. Kasi sobrang dami kong kanain. Diba? Karma. Karma. Indeed. Diba? Ang dami kong katarantaduhan sa katawan. Marami pa yan. Ang dami kong side quest ng bata ako. Puro kabubuhan eh. I remember, okay, meron ako, ayan, nung first grade ako, like grade 1, aba, gangster tayo, grade 1, grabe. So, there was this kid named, I forgot her name, but yeah, there's this kid who was like, you know, kind of, not really bullying, but more of like, you know, she was just like really annoying to me, and she took my pencil, pause. You know, she took my pencil, right? When she took my pencil at the time, when she took my pencil, right? Oh my god. When she took my pencil, and I was so annoyed with her crap, and she wouldn't give me back my pencil. And so like we were having an exam, we were writing something. I literally like, you know, I asked my teacher if she can give me a pencil, just like, you know, if she can give me a pencil. She thought, you know, I gonna give her like a snide remark, like, you know, I told her like, you know, she said that like, if you're gonna go to school, you should be prepared and having like paper and pencil all the time, right? So I told my teacher, okay then, lapis lang naman, di mo pa ako mabigyan, ano ka, poor? Gonggong, diba? Ayos! Talino. Diba? That's what I said to my teacher. Right? So, my teacher, at the time, first grade, heard that. Right? And told me to go outside and stand in the hallway. Ginawa ko, pumunta ako kantin. Pinalabas ako eh. Pinalabas ako. Kinuha ko yung bag ko, tapos pumunta ako kantin. Hindi na ako bumalik. Umuwi na ako. And then like, pinapatawag yung nanay ko. Like, you know, they were calling out for like my parents. They were calling out for my parents to go to like school because like I was in trouble basically. Pinalabas ako, diba? So, ang ginawa ko, ang ginawa ko, may service kasi ako at the time, like, you know, service for school, like, you know, a tricycle driver. I asked the tricycle driver to pretend to be my uncle to school because they wanted me to bring my parents so that I won't get caught. So yeah, he obliged and pretended to be my uncle. And yeah, he acted so good that, like, you know, I even pretended to cry, and then we bought ice cream together the moment it was over. I was so unstoppable with that kind of snide remark. So wala, bawi ako eh. That was in first grade. Diba tarantado? Yeah. Sabi ko pa naman, like, my parents, bakit daw ako umuwi ng maaga? Kasi the school, like, the end of the school was like around 12. I was already like at home at around 10:30. Oh, bakit maaga ka umuwi? Pinauwi ako, maaga kami pinauwi. May sakit daw yung teacher. That's what I said. And in reality, I gave my teacher a snide remark, and she told me to, like, you know, go stand outside to shame me or something like that. But I wasn't having none of that shit, so I went to the canteen. And at the canteen there was, like, you know, a doorway to the gate, and I was really, really small, and I slipped past the doorway and like the gate. Siningit ko yung sarili ko dun sa gilid ng gate, tapos umuwi na ako. Wala na. Diba? Talino ko. Ang pakagaling na bata. Mahusay na bata. Diba? Yun lang yun. May pang ginawang katarantaduhan. I'm really small, okay? Right now, I'm only like 5 foot. Actually, I'm being legit. Like, I'm actually just like 5 foot. May waga kasi ang abnormal eh. Marami tayong ginagawang katangahan nun eh. Okay. Hi, Pixie. Hey, there she is. Hello. So, hey, thank you for the gifts, Pix. Arigatou gozaimasu na. Thank you. So, okay. W gives pics. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. So, this was in 2nd grade. Okay. This is the 2nd grade. I had a seatmate that genuinely is so annoying, right? He would take my notebooks and make me run around and, like, you know, steal him. Yeah. Thank you, Pix. Everybody say thank you, Pix. It's fine. I'm gonna be here for a while. So, that's what I did. Right? I ran around and took, like, you know, so he took my notebook and ran around and made me chase him. So, for a while, that's what I did until I gained a brain cell, and basically, instead of, like, running around and chasing, like, you know, my stuff away from this, like, away from this dude, I took his backpack and chucked it on the roof. I took his backpack, yeah, and chucked it on the roof. Legit, I just chucked it on the roof, and yeah, it was there for, like, it was there until the end of, like, you know, the end of the day. He never knew where his bag was, and I went home. I didn't tell him until the next day that I was the one who did it. I do a lot of things that is very, very stupid, can get me somewhere. Oh, another evil thing that I did. I'm very evil, okay? So, in 10th grade, I was very depressed because something happened personal. Something personal happened that I wasn't really able to like go to school. Cause yeah, I think I'm you know what, I'm just gonna share this. You know, who cares? It's my life, my story, my roles. So in 10th grade, I actually got sent to an institution due to basically I was having a mania or like a manic phase of, you know, my mental health isn't really that great because of like a certain thing that happened at the time that genuinely made things really difficult for me. So during that time when I was like at the hospital, when I came back after my treatment, obviously, you know, I had a teacher. She was an ESP teacher, and basically they saw like, you know, my permission slip, like, you know, addressing why I'm absent, what happened to me for this past month, like, you know, like how did it go and stuff like that, right? So when that happened, she looked at me and looked at my paper. You know what she said? I was treated nothing too bad. I was treated at the hospital for like severe depression. So I was like on like, I was on medications and stuff like that. I just had deep depression basically. I had a big sad. In practicalities, I had a big sad. So she told me that, you know, word for word, you're not gonna be depressed if you just go to school and pray to Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So me not being entirely religious, I'm not religious. I don't really believe in religion. I just think that, you know, as long as you're a decent person, I don't care what religion that you are. As long as you are a person, as long as you're a decent, like, you know, human being, I don't really care. So that's what they told me. That's what she told me. And I was actually really upset because she's a really religious teacher. Like, really, really religious teacher. Okay? So, when so she started to hold like a pray over me to get rid of it, like a pray over, right? You know, like, you know, the science wherein like they put hands on your head and hold your hands and stuff and then pray that you will go well and shit like that. I personally didn't want to, but she wanted me to try and do that. Honestly, I just felt annoyed, really. So, but I just let them do whatever they wanted. It's a free country, I don't care. So as they did that, she was leading and she sat next to me because she was leading the prayer, right? So I looked at her straight in the eye with the widest grin that I can ever master and whispered, "Hail Satan!" and smiled so hard as they prayed me over. I kept my eye contact because I hated her. So yeah, I'm amazing. Diba? Galing ko. Mahusay na bata. Diba? Galing. Yeah. And since then, she never really it was after, like, you know, it was already after like the pray over that she did that I said that, so that, like, you know, so that's why I actually just, like, you know, left. Like, yeah, she left me alone right after that and never really like mentioned about like the science or like the prayer over type thing, because I genuinely don't believe in that shit because I think it's bullshit. Not to like criticize for like the people that are religious, honestly. Kudos to you guys for like having your own, you know, beliefs and stuff. I personally I do believe in like I do believe in God, believe it or not, but I'm not religious. Okay? Hello there, Jess. I'm not religious. I'm just saying that just to like people out there, I'm not religious. I tend to like keep my religious views away because it's not really the right place to be talking about that. Besides, I don't really care what your, you know, ethnicity, religion, or whatever, you know, orientation, what you wanted to be. As long as you're a decent human being, I would welcome you. And yeah, debates like that would genuinely lead to like arguments, so I'd rather keep that off. But that's what I did because she was an awful person in general. absolutely awful person. I don't like her because she treats animals like trash. I remember the teacher. There were kittens that were abandoned into like our courtyard. She was an awful person, and winalis niya. She fucking swept like the kittens into the trash can herself. These are baby kittens, by the way, abandoned, newly born, not even probably just a few days old. So, yeah, she's an awful person. So she deserves that kind of shocking factor that I did. I'm petty. I'm very petty. Okay? Another unhinged thing that I did. Yeah, I know it is. Another unhinged thing that I did is that there was this guy that I used to be friends with, right? There's this guy that I used to be friends with. We had a genuine like connection. We were genuinely friends for like a long time, until things happened and like of structure, and like the friendship actually went a really bad downhill. And then I found out after a year later, after the whole thing went down, they're still talking crap about me. And like, okay, I know I have a lot of faults within like how the argument went down. I'm not saying that like I did nothing wrong. I'm saying that I have my faults, but it's not entirely my fault. And the thing is, their self-righteousness thinks that they're the ones that are always in the correct. As they say, kwento nila yon, syempre sila yung bida type shit. So, syempre, like bro was trying to ruin my reputation and stuff like that. So I kind of become really, really petty. And I have bro's phone number. I have bro's phone number and full name and emails, because like I said, I was really close to this person. The betrayal was actually really bad. It's really like hard for me, right? Now, I'm not saying like I'm the saint or anything, like I did something. I'm like in the right in this situation. I did a lot of wrongs, but I also think that I did a lot of rights too. So I'm not saying that like in this argument stems from me being the good person and them being the bad person. No, it's basically like it was pretty bad on both sides, because we didn't listen to each other's like rants and like expressions. But mostly I wanted them to hear my my side, but they didn't want to hear any of that. Yeah, I actually set up this number for insurance companies scams, and a lot of like a lot of fraud numbers. Actually, I put everything, and this guy was actually really insecure about his height. He's really short for a guy. Absolutely, he's built like an Oompa Loompa. His bro is built like an Oompa Loompa. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm not trying to say. He's also really unfortunate, very visually challenged, as I would say, because yeah, he doesn't really have that much of a great personality either. So I wouldn't really think about that either. So at some point I was being petty, extremely so. So you know what I did? Since I know that the guy was really insecure about his height, you know what I did? I frigging signed him up for Gloxy. I put his name down. Actually, legitimately, I put his name down for like Gloxy. And so he gets spam mails and like texts and calls about like Gloxy for his height enhancing pills. Cause like imagine you're insecure about your height, and then all of a sudden like you don't like talking about that particular thing of your like structure, and somebody like calls you, hello po sir, welcome. Hello po sir, i-inquire ko na po sa inyo yung pre-trial nyo po para sa height enhancing pills every other week. Just imagine how fucking traumatizing that is. I kept on doing that. I kept on doing it because I just think it's funny. I will keep doing that, honestly. I hold grudges, so I probably would still keep doing that because I'm petty. This, honestly, chat, I feel like this is going to be used against me. This old VOD would be used against me when, like, you know, I'm gonna about to get cancelled because I'm that petty. But honestly, if, you know, if all things considered, you know, if all things considered, I am not that petty unless what you did to me is absolutely horrendous. Okay? It's absolutely horrendous. Okay? In a lot of terms. Kasi grabe yung ano, falling out. So yeah, it really wasn't like a great deal for, like, you know, me and that guy. But at the end of the day, I already forgotten about it. I really forgotten about the situation, and I really hope sincerely that, like, you know, he forgets about, like, you know, whatever friendship we had, because at the end of the day I wasn't the one who threw it away. So yeah. Also, another thing is that, like, okay, here's the thing, chat. Well, that was starting off with streaming around 2022, 23. I started out streaming again. He started becoming more verbal towards his hatred towards, like, me as a person. I don't know why he hated me as a person. Not because of what I did. He hated me as a person in general, despite the fact that I helped him through and through, including financial stuff here and there. But you know, at the time, it was crazy. So when it happened, I started streaming. Obviously, I was streaming to, like, air the void, as I said before. I was streaming to the air the void. He said something about, like, you know, basically to his friends or his clique that, like, I'm promoting my streams to air. Nobody's gonna watch, like, no matter what I do, nobody's gonna watch my shit. When he's also trying to stream to dead air. Hi, nothing. So yeah, jokes on him. Jokes on him. I have like stupid people who are willing to watch my stupid shit. So yeah, kudos to you people. That's why. Which is really crazy, cause bro, at the end of the day, I'm the one who's living well. I'm the one who's living well. I'm the one who's, like, you know, mature enough to think that, like, you know, rar. I'm mature enough to think that well. Cause this guy was older than me. He's supposed to be the mature one. I'm allowed to be petty because at the time I was like, you know, at the time I was like only 17. Right? Mostly. I think I just turned 18 at the time. So yeah, I'm allowed to be a bit more petty or, like, a lot more, you know, childish because I am a child. So yeah, I was expecting the guy to be a bit more mature than he is. It's crazy. Second-hand na inodoro. Why? Brother. I only have, like, one toilet. It's, like, right there at the corner. Do you see it? But yeah. So where? Mostly of the case. Mostly of the case, we are bread. We won. I'm pretty happy and I'm glad to where I am, and I want to keep growing. Anyone looking for a mature guy? I'm single. Okay. Hello, single. What kind of name is single, bro? Who named you? Your mother? Why'd your mother name you that? Why would you, like, what kind of parent would name their kid, like, single? Honestly, if you were a parent out there and you name your kid single, wow, it's crazy. Hello, single. Single. Yeah. What? Like, you know, it's really unfortunate that your mother named you single. Cause yeah, you'll be single forever. It's a prophecy. Real, exactly. See, everybody agrees. You know, if you imagine naming your kid single. Like, your parents probably hate you that much because of, like, what you did. Stop, bro. You brought that up in my stream. You think you're gonna find love in this? No. As your name suggests, you will be deemed single. Crazy. You know what? Like, speaking of which, you know what names are absolutely horrendous? I met somebody named Pubert. Why is your name Pubert? Why is your name Pubert? What the hell? How much do your parents hate you? Brother. Pubert. Why is your name Pubert? It could be Hubert, it could have been Robert, Pubert. Bro, it sounds like But yeah, why? Like, how could you name your kid Pubert? Oh my god. Yeah, it's even worse than single, honestly. People with unfortunate names. Okay. People with unfortunate names. Crazy. Okay. Anyways. Oh, I didn't realize the time actually. It's already 10. But yeah, honestly, why would you name yourself Pubert, honestly? Anyways. I'm gonna eat. So chat, I'm gonna tell you something. Actually, I had fun today. I had fun talking, speaking, doing it absolutely nothing. Tomorrow I will do Yugo's storyline. I'm trying to catch up to season 2 of Zenless Zone Zero. So I'm gonna be playing a lot of Zenless. Hopefully you'll still, like, you know, stop by to play. I know you really love like the talking streams and stuff like that, because I'll be able to interact with a lot of you. But I wanna try playing more games more for now. So I'm trying to catch up to season 3, because season 3 of Zenless Zone Zero is coming up, and I am barely finished of season 2 because of the fact that Zenless I stopped playing Zenless a while ago, and then I came back because of Yugo. I pulled, and then after I pulled Yugo, I left and then came back again and pulled for Jifufu, and then left and came back and pulled for the rerun of like Vivian, and then left once again, and then came back for the anniversary to get Lycon, and this, like, you know, to get a constellation of Lycon, and left again, and then I came back again because Billy has a new SP and I got him, and I'm pretty happy about that. Now I am going back to Zenless FR this time, for real. We're not gonna screw this one over. We're not gonna screw this one over, and we're actually gonna play Zenless, hopefully. And it's another gonna be like another YouTube stream, hopefully a lot more longer and a lot more earlier, honestly, because I wanna keep up with the story. I wanna just do the main story. I'm not gonna do any of like the side content. I just wanna keep up with like the main story as itself, just to, you know, just to keep up with like the story. Yeah, because season 3 is coming and I still haven't like done much in season 2. I haven't even started season 2. I'm still in the epilogue. I'm still epilogue right now. Basically, it's like about Yuga and Lycon's relationship type shit. I just met the hot vampire, so yeah, I'm gonna keep playing until everything works out, you know. I love ZZZ. I love ZZZ. I love Zenless. I also really like Genshin. I still play Genshin. I haven't stopped playing Genshin actually. I only took breaks and never really stopped. But yeah, I genuinely like Zenless's gameplay, because it's just literally like you press random buttons and then you go brrr. Yeah, that's all I do. Anyways, chat, I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. I wanna you know, life. Remember, this is gonna be my tagline and my goodbye card from now on. it's gonna be my goodbye tag from now on, especially on like, you know, other streaming sites and stuff like that. This is gonna be my goodbye tag for like a while. So remember, when life throws lemons at you, put some salt on it and eat it. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye. Mama mo blue. By the way, chat.